Last year I did 50 at 50 and attempted to play 50 different courses in my 50th year. There's a link right above, which I managed to do. During that time, I did not practice at all. All I did was play golf. So during that time, I lost a little bit of distance, about 25 yards. So my average drive used to be about 250-ish, and I dropped to about 220. I think it was 222 it averaged out, so it dropped a long way. Also during that year, I did put on a couple of pounds. I used to have a six-pack, but now I have a pony keg. We're doing another 50 at 50, but with a twist this time. It's to gain back the yards and lose the pounds. So each pound is considered one, and each yard is considered one. So I could lose, say, 25 pounds, which I could probably use to do. I could lose 25 and gain 25 yards. That will get me to my 50. Add 10 yards and lose 40 pounds, which would be a little bit too much. Or I guess I could gain 60 yards and put on 10 pounds, which is not what I'm going for. So I'm hopefully doing an even split with that, but that's my challenge to myself this year. And to help myself do that, definitely going to be weighing in. I do have a mirror right here, so I'm going to be doing that for exercise, and I'll be hooking up with a golf coach to, I really didn't work on my game. I didn't really go to the range for a whole year, so I'm going to hook up with a golf coach. I think that's going to be a really cool video series, trying to get my long swing under control. So join me for this journey, and hopefully by this time next year, I'll look a little bit better and be hitting it a little bit further. All right, cheers, guys. And we are 200.8. 23, I set myself the goal of playing 50 different courses in my 50th year, and I just about made it. You'll see videos below with that. One of the other things I talked about in the initial video was I hope to get my handicap down. I was like a 10.9. Well, that didn't happen, and let's have a look at my current handicap right here. We moved up to currently a 14.5, so I went from that 10.9 to now currently I'm a 14.5. So that didn't work out. Another byproduct of playing so much golf and not practicing is I lost yards. I lost a lot of yards. I'd been in launch monitors before, had some base numbers, carry distances, roll distances, and on average I've lost about 20 yards. So I used to hit my driver around carry around 250. I started using the Arcos system, and I was seeing that my average drives were a lot less than that, and the smart distances here you'll see a 215. The range typically from 206 to 222, which is not what I was expecting. The only way you can improve is practice. So I wanted to start with a baseline. These aren't pure baseline numbers, these are playing numbers. So to get my baseline, here's my Instagram, and right here is a great guy, Edson Tran, who works out the Golf Garage, and he's a numbers guy, he's a swing guy. Kind of liked the content and that I did. He does, so I started talking with him, talked about what I was hoping to do this year, and he was really excited to try and do this with me. So the first thing we did was get on the launch monitor, and we hit 7 irons and drivers, and we started to get some numbers. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit. There's the driver. There was one big miss hit. So the average total was 232 yards, and the average carry was 219, 220, which actually correlates pretty well with what the Arcos was saying, maybe hitting it a little bit better in the sim. I thought I may have lost some speed. Before I went through this whole process, I had a swing speed of about 106, and you'll see, oh, that's right there. You'll see I still have that same swing speed. So that's not where I'm losing it. Chatting with him, it's it's my club path, it's my face angle, so we're going to be working on all of that, but at least the speed is still there, so I still have that chance of getting back to the old figures that I used to have. Next thing we'll look at is my 7 iron. My 7 iron here, anywhere from 137 to 155, so it's basically become my 150 club. Let's see what the smart distance says. 7 iron, yeah, 149, 150 club. Used to be my 160 club. So you can see again, I've lost at least 10 yards there. So these last ones were when I was really, really focusing and we weren't working on stuff. I was just hitting the ball. A little bit skewed on the numbers right here as I'd already started implementing a couple of the things that we were talking about. There we go. So these are the last few shots. These were much, much better strikes. You'll see I was getting back up to numbers I used to have right here. But again, we have for an old guy, not a bad swing speed with a 7 iron. It used to be around 90. It looks like it's lost a mile an hour, but that maybe, you know, indoor sim, swinging, whatever. These are going to be my base numbers going forwards. I'm going to show a couple of clips from the first lesson I had, and hopefully we can lose that 25 pounds, gain those 25 yards, and do another 50 of 50 this year.
So actually go and set up for me. And go to the top and pause. Yeah, wherever you think. Now for you, how do you...
I'll go there. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, for you, how do you feel like you start your swing? Like what do you try to do in transition?
This used to be my swing key.
Yeah.
When I could see the club out the corner of my eye,
right,
was when I started to transition.
Got it.
And in my mind, I'm moving my hips first,
okay,
but I know I move my arms.
Okay, that's fine. No problem.
Yeah.
So let's go to the top. What I'd actually like you to feel like is when you get here, without rotating, I want you to pressure left. So try to get your weight pressure left. And I don't want you to necessarily bump your hip. I kind of want your mass to kind of get there.
Okay, just slightly like...
Yeah, so it's gonna look like this. So this is your swing, right? And then when I tell people to shift, they kind of bump this way. I don't want that.
Okay.
It's gonna screw you up.
Yeah.
I want you to get here, and it's kind of like, you see how your lower half and upper half kind of got to get stacked over each other?
Yeah.
That's what I want. And then from here you can...
Let go.
Let go. See what happens. And I'll explain to you why I'm trying to do that. More ball speed. Actually 175.
Oh, there's some numbers. That's a little better.